over to some NFL news and notes here. Micah Parsons, we talked about at the top of the hour, Joe. Are we worried about his back injury? Like, if you have to take injections just to get onto the field, something might be looming here. And also, won't the Packers not do their due diligence? Are we making too big of a story out of this or not enough of a story out of this, Joe?
Well, again, anytime it's a back injury, you need to be concerned. I mean, I don't care. I mean, he's 26 years old. He'll heal better than most. But the reality is, once a back injury, Donnie, always a back injury. It doesn't go away. And the fact that you haven't even hit anybody yet, and you're already talking epidurals. I mean, this is not a good situation at all.
No, it's not like, hey, my ankle just needs to get a little bit better. Like, the back is like the worst injury you can have outside of like an ACL, because it seems like once you hurt it, Joe, it never goes away. It can spring up at any moment as a debilitating injury. Dallas Cowboys news, unlike Micah Parsons, they didn't want to sign. They signed Deron Bland to a big deal, locking up one of their cornerbacks of the future here, Joe.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got all this money now, so you might as well lock up somebody here, and he's well deserved. I mean, listen, got to lock up your secondary there. I mean, I don't think anybody has more pick sixes than he does over the last 3 years, first 3 years in the league. He's a big part of the Cowboys' future, and they locked him up for, I think, a pretty decent price.
Yeah, they did. By the way, other extensions out there. Jalen Warren of the Pittsburgh Steelers gets his extension from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And also, Achane expected to play week number 1. And Najee Harris, I guess he can see again, Joe. Expected to suit up in week number 1 there for the Chargers. We'll see if he makes it. The unofficial, summer ending is basically Labor Day, right? Even though technically summer and fall doesn't start till the end of September. We get that. But football season usually begins officially with the NFL as well. College football is underway. Week 0, love it. Week 1, fantastic. Can't wait for week number 2. But the NFL is on the docket on Thursday night football between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. But just the week 1 slate, Joe. The NFL doesn't miss. And I love the fact that they added the Friday night game. Because you got Eagles-Cowboys Thursday night. We're all going to be watching that. Regardless if you're a fan of either team, it's football. It's the first opening night, big ratings here. Then they're giving us now the Brazil game on a Friday night, which is Kansas City and the Los Angeles Chargers. They're also giving us Sunday night football, Joe. The Baltimore Ravens and also the Buffalo Bills. And Monday night, some divisional intrigue. New quarterbacks going toe-to-toe. Caleb last year trying to improve with a new quarterback coach and also a head coach in Ben Johnson. You take a look at J.J. McCarthy. I love what the NFL did. And also, how about a little appetizer, right? Hey, Aaron Rodgers, good luck on this. We're going to send you back, and you're going to take on the Jets at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Thank you, NFL. You understand the storylines.
Yeah, listen, I could not have asked for anything better. We thought it was for the first time ever, we got a absolutely crazy week 1 in college football with, 3 games that featured top 10 teams. Well, we got a pretty good week 1 in the NFL here, team. Divisional rivalries across the board, big time games. I can't wait to see how this all works. But again, like college, a win or a loss in this game doesn't really doesn't make a difference. Don't overreact one way or the other.
Oh, we will. Oh, we will, Joe. We will be screaming on Friday in that Eagles-Cowboys game. We'll be screaming on Monday playing armchair quarterback. Absolutely love to see him. By the way, snuck in there at 4:25 time range, Detroit and Green Bay as well, man. Fantastic week of the NFL, but it does kick off on Thursday night football between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're watching lines, Joe, over the summer, it was roughly 6 to 6.5, depending on where you're shopping at. They now sit at 7.5 to 8.5 here, depending on where you're shopping at. Why? The Micah Parsons move. People are high on the Philadelphia Eagles. Buyer always beware in week number 1, because understand this. I don't even know if like a single starter played for the Philadelphia Eagles in the preseason. So expectations are, yes, the Eagles are still going to be good, but you never know it until they play. You got 80 snaps and say, okay, well, we're back here. Yes, we won a Super Bowl last year. But how do you figure, Joe, on this point spread? Let's start there. Eagles under a touchdown favorite to now over a touchdown favorite. Is that just the public saying with Micah Parsons gone, the expectations, and we're beating up the Dallas Cowboys like a piñata right now? That's factoring in?
Well, listen, I mean, no team has ever gotten more of the benefit of the doubt in the markets than Dallas. When you consider the fact that Philadelphia outscored Dallas last year 75-13 in 2 games, I think the public is certainly going, yeah, right. So we have pretty much the entire Philadelphia team on both sides of the ball back, and Dallas is actually, well, they just traded away their superstar defensive player. So, yeah, we're going to keep buying into Philadelphia blowing them out. But I'd be careful, Donnie, because history tells us in these spots, week one, divisional dogs, a lot of familiarity with these two teams. And, oh, yeah, it's not like Dallas's offense. It's not because Schottenheimer's the coach. Schottenheimer's been the OC there for 3 years. So Dak and this offense, very acclimated with one another here. So more than a side, Donnie, or dealing with the spread, I don't know that I want to lay 7 right out of the gate in a divisional rivalry. But my goodness, how is this thing not going to go up and over the total?
46.5 for pretty much over the summer. Game week, Joe, sitting at 47.5. And I think you bring up some pretty good points here because sometimes you try to extrapolate who do you think is going to win. Of course, I think the Eagles are going to win. They're favored by 7, 8 points. They're supposed to win this game. They're the better team, and they're at home. But sometimes you don't really know what you're going to get out of the gate. The Eagles did lose some key components on defense, but still, the shell is there as well as Vic Fangio. I do expect them to have a good performance. But when I say to myself, is it going to be the Dallas ground game that wins it for Dallas? No, you know that's not going to be the case. Is Dak Prescott usually a very good regular season quarterback? Yes, he is. If you look at Dak Prescott's numbers in this game, his passing props show 248.5. It's okay. That's 250 yards against a good defense. But if you figure the Eagles are going to win, because you're trying to play out like how these teams will play, I don't expect Dallas to do a lot of second half running on the ground because I do expect them to be losing. But I do expect a lot of passes here. Like Dak Prescott to throw 2 touchdown passes in a total that's listed at around 47.5, Joe, is plus money. It's like a plus 115 price. Like I don't envision Dallas ground and pound inside. Like you have wide receivers. George Pickens, he's great at going deep and making one-on-one contested catches. CeeDee Lamb healthy, he's going to make any defense, regardless of who's defending him, certainly try to double cover him, which means other guys should be open. I actually think Dak Prescott has a decent enough game Thursday night to throw 2 touchdown passes, even in a loss.
And I'll tell you this, this is not new for Dak Prescott, guys. He has one of the best records against divisional foes in his career. He's 29-12 against the number versus the NFC East. And he's covered those games by close to a touchdown. So he has been one of the most profitable quarterbacks to back against other NFC East teams. It's what he does. Going to be interesting.
I can't wait for this. Now I'm getting excited because I wasn't looking at the prop bets just yet because it's game week and you want to look at the practice reports coming out. Landon Dickerson didn't practice yesterday for the Philadelphia Eagles, but is still expected to play. We'll see how that goes. But you read like the beat writers like tea leaves like coming out of camp. A.J. Brown missed the damn near entire preseason with a hamstring injury, but they took it slow. He's expected to be 100%. Devontae Smith struggled a little bit with the back. He's expected to be 100%. But you know what numbers I always look at, Joe? Like the frontline guys, yes, they're fun to bet on and where are they going to come in. But Jahan Dotson, who last year started to come on in the playoffs. They said he had a really good camp. Do you know what his receiving number is in this game, Joe? It's 7.5. You're basically asking for one catch from your third wide receiver in this game. We're buying low, people. You know what? I'm already excited, Joe. Like I'm ready to fire bets right now on this game for Thursday night.
You got to love it, too. And Jalen Hurts, listen, he's no stranger here. The guy is 26-3 straight up at home as a favorite. That's pretty impressive stuff there.
93.5 yards for his rushing prop. To score a touchdown, it's damn near minus 200. Jalen Hurts, 36.5, fresh, coming off the season, getting those legs into it here. Look at how many opportunities. Oh, Donnie, you're only taking Eagles. Nonsense. I just told you. I like the Dak Prescott over 1.5 touchdown pass at plus money in this game Thursday. So many ways to go. So many ways to get after it. We still got today, tomorrow, and Thursday right here on the early line to keep the prep coming, people. Right here this morning on the early line, setting the table for the rest of your Sports Grid day and certainly a monster Sports Grid week, which includes NFL action coming up once again, people. Can't get enough of it. It's Thursday Night Football. It's going to be the Eagles. It's going to be the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Donnie Rightside. He's Joe Raineri. And bringing in Tom Vecchio. No strangers to the networks. He's all over the place getting things done, Tom. And as you wake up post-Labor Day, it just feels like we're renewed. Like the NFL is right here, and we could taste it.
Yeah, we can. Some nice cooler weather in the air as well certainly helps kind of set the mood for football season. We're coming up to, I would say, what should be one of the best years that I've been personally excited for I don't want to say in a long time, but just the level of talent across the league is phenomenal. We're going to see, different quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, something like Daniels in that division in the NFC East. Can they take a step forward? What happens with the Lions after they lost both coordinators on offense and defense? Like, there's so many good storylines that the season's going to be an absolute race from start to finish.
Absolutely, Tom. Let's get started in Philadelphia and have some fun with this, because for me, the first 2 weeks of the NFL season, a lot like, yes, I'll be making wagers, yes, I'll be handicapping, but they're educated guesses because I don't really know what to anticipate. And some might say, like, well, Donnie, what do you mean? The Philadelphia Eagles, they got Jalen Hurts, they got, Devontae Smith. Who cares if you didn't see them in the preseason? Crazy things happen in the NFL from week 1 to week number 2. Games that you think are going to be easy victories turn into losses, and away you go. But it doesn't mean you can't be on the right side of some of these equations, Tom. So heading into the football season, give the people like a PSA, like, how do you approach week number 1 and week number 2 before we actually see what these football teams are about?
I would say it's similar to spring training in baseball, where, like, just because a hitter wasn't hitting well in spring training doesn't mean he's going to be terrible. Just because we didn't see A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith and Saquon Barkley play great or play at all in preseason does not mean that they're not going to put up 80, 90, 100 yards in week 1 or week 2. So, I would prefer to lean on some vets in certain spots, but this doesn't mean I'm not going to be willing to take some shots on younger players just because maybe teams want to get those younger players exposed early in the season and they want to ease in the vets. So someone like Will Shipley on Thursday night, is he a player that could see just a slightly elevated role because it's, hey, we don't need to have this massive workload on Saquon from day one. Look, we have a long season ahead of us. We know how many touches, just the volume of touches Saquon had last year. That is a lot to repeat. So let's ease him in. Let's mix in Will Shipley just a little bit more. Let's ease in the wide receivers and have a well-rounded offense instead of like 70-30 when it comes to rushing passing.
Well, it's interesting too because you're going to have we talked a little bit about it yesterday, Tom, on In-Game Live on how a lot of divisional matchups in week 1, and you've got in Thursday night. I mean, it's not like Dak Prescott and the Eagles don't know one another here. So how do you approach this game?
Well, right from the total and the spread, to me, that implies that we're going to see a decent amount of scoring. I'm not going to say the total's going to be flying over. I don't love this, the over or under. I'm not going to take a side on that either way. But if the Cowboys are going to be playing from behind, it really should force the Cowboys to pass a lot. And this is really going to be one of my narratives for the entire season is the Cowboys defense is average to below average, especially now that they lost Parsons. They're going to be playing from behind. Their running back room is bad. Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and the rookie Jadon Blue. Williams and Sanders are replacement level running backs. These are not players that you just, this is the focal point of our offense. We're going to give the ball 20 times per game. This means that Dak has to pass the ball. Like, you paid Dak, you paid CeeDee Lamb, you brought in George Pickens. This is the offense. So if they're going to be playing from behind, it's really going to be one of my favorite bets the entire season. It's going to be Dak Prescott over passing attempts, 36.5 to start week 1. This is where I think they get things going. They play from behind. It's a higher total. Their running back room is awful, and they have 2 good receivers to throw the ball to. Let's get some yards on the board from Dak, and more importantly, just the attempts overall.
Yeah, I'm with you there on that too, Tom, because we were just taking a look at some of the prop bets in the previous segment, just looking at Dak Prescott's over 1.5 touchdown passes is at plus money. I'm with you. 47.5 total. Like, some people, like an Eagles fan, like, oh yeah, Don, that means 41 points out of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's not the way it plays out if you just correlate the spread itself as opposed to the total. Let's just say Dallas scores 3 touchdowns in this game, and as you just pointed out, I don't think we're relying on running backs at this point. I think you're going to move it through the air if you're the Cowboys, and you can have some success. I'm with you there. No lag, people, on your week here. Yes, we didn't have a Monday show here on the early line. That's because it was Labor Day. We wanted the people to get enjoyed, get rejuvenated, get re-energized, and then we would come back on the air on a Tuesday to set that table for the rest of this day and, more importantly, the rest of this week. That's what we're doing today. But at this point of the show and this segment, we love to reach out to the public to see what they have to say. Here's Fade the Public. Oh, boy. You know what we're asking questions on, Joe. It's week 1 of the NFL season. It's game number 1 of the NFL season. The world champion Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys without Micah Parsons, with a new coach showing up to the helm. It's going to be the same old Dak Prescott, the same old Dallas Cowboys. The question we asked at SportsGrid, our account on X, was simple. Will the Cowboys upset the Eagles on Thursday? Resounding no. 92% of the people voted no. I'm with the people out here, Joe. Were you one of the 7.6% out here on yes?
Well, of course, you said a resounding no, but the stats, the actual data
Oh, come
tells us
on.
that in these games, in game one of the regular season among division rivals, guess what? Yeah, it's
Come
about
on.
50-50, guys. I'm just saying it's about 50-50 since 2010, I believe, in fact, is what they are saying. Divisional dogs in week one, 40, 41, and 2 straight up since 2010. That is pretty profitable if you're looking at it. So I don't agree with the 90-10. I think it's closer to 50-50.